Hello, I got this app and it says if you continue to be on your phone like the amount you're on your phone right now, like how much you'll be on it for the rest of your life. And mine was 31 years, so it's time to change things. I'm going to be reading the amount of time I'd usually be on my phone in a day. I'm scared for this because I am on my phone a lot. Like I know it's a lot, so we're going to start on Tuesday because it's Tuesday today, and then we'll go all the way to Saturday. So it's gonna be like a regular work week amount of days, but then it's just gonna be like one day late. So let's look at how much I was on my phone on, I'm pretty sure it was July 4th. Let's see. No way. This is crazy. So on July 4th, Tuesday, July 4th, I was on my phone for 5 hours and 32 minutes, but 4 hours and 25 minutes of that were for my nightlight app because I was sleeping at my grandma's house and she didn't have a nightlight. Wow, I really wasn't on my phone a lot this day then. That's great. Wow. It's definitely a lot more the other days though. I'm going to start with the book What Happens After Midnight. This is going to be a good one to get started because it's like a fun summary type of read. It's later in the day and I'm going to start reading. I decided not to count in the time when I was using a nightlight. I feel like that's fair. I also just ended up doing more today than planned, so I don't really have time to do the full one. 1 hour and 7 minutes. Okay. I'm getting into this so easily. I'm gonna turn on the light because it's kind of dark in here. Excited. I love the games in these books, specifically the like big mafia game in the first book was so fun, and now there's another book where there's like someone who's pranking everyone in the class and they have to choose another prankster. It's called like the jester, but then only that jester and like the past one knows that it's them, and then they like acquire a team of people and it's like all secret and they do this big prank. Hello. It is day 2 of swapping my screen time with reading. Today I have to read for 3 hours and 31 minutes and I'm going to continue on What Happens After Midnight, and let's see how much I read of this today. I really like this video so far because it's making me actually read physical copies of books when I've just been listening to audiobooks for the past couple of weeks. And here we go. Okay, the timer just went off for the second day of reading and I only have a little bit of this book left. I might even read more of it, maybe more of it tonight, because I am loving this book so far. I think I like it better than The Summer of Broken Rules actually. It's like a midnight, like after midnight school adventure. It's high school, but like all the students live on campus and it's just so fun. Like, and it has that whole like Gilmore Girls mom and daughter relationship in it, which is fun, but that mainly shows in like the very beginning of the book, and then you have like the second chance romance thing. There's like fun little clues that they make and like a scavenger hunt. Both this book and The Summer of Broken Rules make me want to like do the activities in them so badly. Like now I just want to make a scavenger hunt for someone so bad. Even though this one was less like in your face summer, it still feels like summery, you know? It feels like a summer night. This also takes place like near a beach, so like it does include like the beach in it, but it's just like everything's at night. I feel like this reminded me how much I actually liked the other book, The Summer of Broken Rules, but then I do think I like this one more. I also just love a second chance romance. There's like this like yearning and angst that has to do with like a second chance that's so fun to read about, and it just makes it more dramatic. Okay, I have so many updates for you. It's Thursday, and as you may or may not be able to tell, it's like nighttime right now, so I've actually been reading throughout the day. I had like 4 hours and 28 minutes to read today. I was supposed to be filming it, but I got just so sucked into this book, and I'll tell you like my thoughts on it. I just have like some immediate thoughts right now, but I feel like the more it simmers, like by the end of the video I'll have like something more to say about it. So back on like the time limit that I have, so I spent like an hour today listening to an audiobook without looking at my phone, because I listened to it for like 5 hours in total, because it's one that like has to be returned soon. So I was like, okay, I have to listen to that one. But there's only like an hour where I like wasn't really on my phone, so I counted that. Now I have like an hour left, or an hour and like 30 minutes left of reading tonight, so I'm gonna be choosing another book, which I'm really excited about. But a little bit about what happens after midnight, because okay, so I think I said the gist of this. It's like this big prank that's happening at a boarding school. It's like a high school, but there's like like the main girl, her mom, like she lives on campus with her mom, and it's like a whole like Gilmore Girls vibe. I truly wish I went to high school here so badly. Like this book, I feel robbed. I feel robbed of something that I've never experienced. And who experiences this? I'd like to know. It's so much fun. As I was reading it, like I feel so good reading this book. Like it was just such a good experience. It's one of those books that you'd want to read for the first time again, because it's such a unique feel-good type of feeling that makes me want to do something fun. Like it makes me want to like live life and really have those like fun, doing spontaneous things sort of adventures. The romance is so sweet, and that's actually, okay, so like looking back on the Summer Broken Rules, there's like the romance was slightly lacking for me. But in this book, it was not at all. So if you read that one and you thought maybe like there wasn't enough, like quite enough to the romance, this one, maybe I'm like forgetting some of it, but I think that's what I was feeling. This one though is so good. Like it's just, it's that second chance. Like it's just done so well. And the second chance thing, it's not like some unforgivable big thing. There were a lot of Taylor Swift references, and it was so fun because they're like little Easter eggs, and like if you know just like some Taylor Swift songs, you might recognize some of them, and it's just so fun to like underline them and be like, oh, I see what you did there. I loved all the characters in it. The people who were like in the prank group, they were just like such great characters, and I felt like they're really well-rounded too. It's just one of those books where you just want to hop into it and experience what they're experiencing. Here are our options. We have the Mindfuck series, which actually this isn't really an option because I feel like this is just too big of a book to start in this video. The Housemaid, which I'm gonna just cancel out that one right now because I don't really want to like have to be reading this until late into the night because it's scary. So no, not that one. Okay, The Right Move, maybe I might want to read this one. It is super thick though, but still might want to read it. The Naturals, this is another one that I'm like heavily considering, and these two I'm also really considering. I know they're like really big, but I feel like a fantasy I'm kind of in the mood for, and I think I'm most actually leaning towards The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I think this is the one that I'm most leaning towards, but if not that one, I don't know. Hey, it's been a little while and I just got distracted by the day. Wait, let me actually see exactly how much time left. I have like exactly 1 hour left. I chose to read the physical copy or like the online copy of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on my phone because I'm like 56% through it and I just don't want to stop reading it tonight. I feel like that's going to be like the best thing I could do right now. So I'm going to keep reading the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on my phone, and since I'm reading on my phone, like I can't look at anything else because I'm like, I have to read it. So technically I'm using my screen and reading at the same time, but I feel like screen time, I think of like, I don't know, like being on social media and stuff, so I think it's fine, and it's just an hour, but that's like all I have the energy to do right now is to read a little bit more of that because I've been listening to it as an audiobook like whenever I'm not reading, and it's just been really nice, so I'm just loving it so far. Good morning, just kidding, it's like 2 in the afternoon. So let me just start off by saying I'm gonna fail today. I know I'm gonna fail today because I have to read for 7 hours and 48 minutes, and that's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna be watching the Barbie movie tonight, so I won't even be able to read until like really late. So sorry about me already failing today, but you know what, yesterday I actually did complete, so that was a win. But I am going to read for as long as I can today, and I'm gonna start with The Naturals because when I went to go get this, like when I first got it, I hadn't heard a single thing about it, but I saw that it was from the same author as The Inheritance Games, Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I was like, okay, I will try this out. But since I got it, I've heard, like within the span of like a couple of days, I've heard people, like 3 different occasions of people talking about it and saying it's really good. So that feels like a sign. The only scary thing about this one is that the whole series is out, which means I might want to read the other ones after it. So we'll see. We'll see if I just like absolutely have to read the other ones. I'm gonna just maybe read the back really fast so that you have an idea of what this book's about. Okay. 17-year-old Cassie Hobbs is a natural at reading people. Piecing together the tiniest details, she can tell you who you are and what you want, but it's not a skill that she's ever taken seriously. That is, until the FBI comes knocking. They've begun a classified program that uses exceptional teenagers to crack infamous cold cases, and they need Cassie. What Cassie doesn't realize is that there's more at risk than a few unsolved homicides, especially when she's sent to live with a group of teens whose gifts are as unusual as her own. Soon it becomes clear that no one in the Naturals program is what they seem. When a new killer strikes, danger looms close. Caught in the lethal game of cat and mouse with a killer, the Naturals are going to have to use all their gifts just to survive. Oh, I don't know if I'm in the mood for this, but I'm gonna start reading it and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I just recently woke up. I only have 1 hour and 56 minutes that I have to read today. I'm listening to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes right now, and I've just been listening to it like in the mornings and at night. So today I only have to read for 1 hour and 56 minutes. Now my conundrum is that my friend wants me to come over and swim. So I may end up reading until really late, or let's see how much I get done right now. Michael, the handsome stranger, is good at reading emotions. You already know where this is going. You already know. This is one of those mind reading sort of situations. Okay, so the crew that they have gathered now, I actually find this kind of interesting. It's her, and she's like a natural profiler, so she can look at someone and see like how they might act in the future and just like kind of what choices they would make. She could tell if someone likes basketball over golf, or if someone likes, like how someone likes their eggs and things like that. Those are 2 examples that actually happen. I didn't just come up with those. Michael can read emotions, and he can like tell how people are feeling. And these aren't like superpowers. They're like some sort of, they're like a power, but like not magical. They're skills, like really intense skills. And then another person, like a girl who's recruited, can tell patterns. A walking encyclopedia who sees patterns and probabilities everywhere she looks. They're just such interesting gifts to have, and I feel like they just go so well in like a crime book, and I really like it so far. Also, her mom was killed in a cold case, so that's like part of what's making her want to do this even more, is she probably is going to try to figure out who killed her mom, and maybe it's like interconnected with what's happening now, I'm wondering. That was gruesome. The book just goes on as normal, and then randomly there's a chapter, and it's just like titled You, and it's just like this like crazy serial killer person's like diary entry. So it's like lighthearted-ish and like banter and stuff, and then it just goes straight into like this crazy person's head. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, on that disturbing note of what I just read, I am going to pause for a little bit. The chapters of like the serial killer's thoughts are so creepy and gruesome and disgusting. Like, it's actually so graphic, and I wasn't expecting that. But Michael, love him. He's an interesting fella. It's kind of funny because him and Cassie, like they both know so much about people just by like not even asking them questions, but just like looking at them and talking with them. So that means that they're both like verbally psychoanalyzing each other, like back and forth. Like, that's their banter. They just keep, it's really funny. They keep saying things about each other, and it's just like they're both kind of annoyed by it. So far, I'm loving it, and I already know that I'm gonna want to read the other books in the series. Well, actually, we'll see, because that was a lie, because I'm only 55 pages in, so I don't know, but it's like heading in that direction. Like, I could see myself wanting to read all these books. It's like the perfect amount of scary for me, even though it's It's a bit dark at times, but it's pretty good. It is the next morning after the final day of the reading challenge, and I did end up finishing the audiobook of The Lost Hero yesterday. It was kind of a while, like 3 hours, so I probably didn't look at my phone for like an hour. I read the book for like 20 something minutes. For now, I'm just gonna settle with reading more today. I might even go over the time today because I feel like I'm just gonna get really into the book, but we shall see. This is so funny because they like can read each other's minds basically, so it's just like embarrassing. Like, I don't know, they're just like kind of teasing each other right now. And here we are with a love triangle. Knew it was gonna happen. No, I didn't actually know, but I'm not mad about it. And I'm on page 154. It's kind of funny because the personalities of like the love triangle people a little bit remind me of Jameson and Grayson from the Inheritance games. Like they are like the same characters in different fonts, it feels like, but it's like a very different story. I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's so interesting. I've been reading over the allotted amount of time. I finished that and it was like an hour and a half or so, or like almost 2 hours, and then I've been reading for another hour and a half. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. That twist was crazy. I didn't see it coming. I've been reading for so long today. This is crazy. I'm like this, I have this much left. I can't put this book down. Like, I cannot stop reading it. I'm gonna spend this entire day reading, which is not a bad thing to do, but I have like stuff that I have to do, but it's Sunday, so it's like an excuse to relax a little bit, but still so in shock over what just happened. Like, what is happening? Oh my god. I feel like a fool. I feel like I've literally been fooled by a fictional character. Like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. I did it. I finished The Naturals today. Dare I say, this is maybe on the same level as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is like one of my favorite reads this year. This was amazing. The romance in this, very good. The most interesting part is just like how knowledgeable everything seems in the book. Like, I mean, I don't know how accurate everything is, but I'm pretty sure that it says in the acknowledgements, it's like, I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to combine my love of psychology and knowledge of cognitive science with my passion for YA. The way it is written is so interesting and engaging, and it goes by so fast because it's just so good. And there's just like a bunch of action things happening all the time. It definitely like feels like the same vibe as the Inheritance games, but darker, more intense, I think, because that one, it was a little bit more chill, but this one's like less fun and games, more like life or death constantly in this one. So this concludes the video. Oh, I was going to say more thoughts of what happens after midnight. My thoughts are kind of still the same. Like, I still love it. I still think it's a great book. It's a fun vibe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. You could also follow along with me on my social medias where I also post about books, and I'll put that in the description. They're all Farrah's books, and yeah, I will see you in the next one.